Hello everyone, Giltar here once again with just some more of my ramblings on the RealGrade model kit that's coming out next month. First of all, I just want to thank everybody who has responded to my RealGrade Real Deal video. As usual, wonderful responses, a lot of different perspectives, and that's what I really enjoy, seeing all the different opinions that people have about things like this model kit. I started to do some responses in the comments section, but I just decided to answer a few. I did do a few responses, but I'd like to maybe address some of the more, I guess the more involved questions. I'd like to address them in this video. First of all, or not really questions, but posts or comments. First of all, Wizartar did make a comment that the inner frame is pre-built and you basically just cut it off the runners. And that the build process has completely changed with the RealGrade. And I'm quoting here, the inner frame just pops together, the armor then goes on top, and the head appears to be the only part with a build. I'm apprehensive about this line. It's like they've crossed Gundam Fix with Gunpla. Well, the thing is here, I have to completely disagree, because saying that the inner frame is pre-built and that you're just putting armor pieces on top of that is really, you're not getting it right, because basically this is the inner frame, this is the inner skeleton. That's what you get pre-assembled for you. These are photos of the inner frame parts on the runner and separated, of course, and this is it. This is the inner frame. People have been calling it the inner frame, news websites have been calling it the inner frame, but I've been calling it kind of like the inner frame skeleton, or the inner skeleton. That's how I would refer to it as, because that's what it is. It's basically your skeletal structure. Now, that's not where it's left at. You do actually have to put on other extra pieces. There's some photos here. Like here, there are extra pieces that go on top of the inner frame skeleton part. So on the left side here, this is the skeletal structure. On the right side here, it's bulked up with extra components. Now, in my response to Wizartar's comment there, I mentioned that the inner frame sort of pre-built components are very similar to the RealGrade RX-78-2 version 1.5 model kit. And then there are other models that come afterwards that are based upon that model, like the 1-year war Master Grade, which I have. And the inner frame components of the legs are pre-built, but you still actually have to complete the inner frame. You have to put on extra parts still. So it's not as simple as just the inner frame is pre-built for you and then you just put armor pieces on top, because there's actually quite a bit of extra work that one still has to do. Like right here, a photo that's been released some time ago shows that even though you have the inner frame leg here, first of all, consider there's, in the central part, there's the inner frame skeleton. Then around it you have components that you build on top of it. And then finally, on top of that, then you're building upon the armor components. So it's a really involved build. There's a really high parts count for the RealGrade. So for anybody who is thinking that you have an action figure with some armor bits to attach on top, that's not the case. This is in fact much closer to a Master Grade model kit than some people would, perhaps first thought. And I mean, the thing is, that's just me. I'm just saying it based upon these photos. We'll see when the RealGrade comes out, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because again, this is like the inner frame skeleton, and then you have to build upon the skeleton more parts to really complete the inner frame. And then finally, after that, then you're building upon top of that with more armor components. So, I mean, that's just my response to Wizartar's comment. Spectre M91 asked a couple of questions like, will the model require much paint? First of all, I don't believe so. I believe it's pretty much like a Master Grade in that all the different colored parts are provided in, differently colored pieces of plastic. All you're doing is really, you have the option to add basically decals for extra, essentially, markings. Basically that's it. And I think there's something to do with the chest vents. But aside from that, all the other parts are basically in correct colors the plastic bits. So you don't really have to paint it. You can make a straight build and it'll still look good. Obviously, if you paint it, you will bring it to another level, but I think more than many previous model kits, the straight build of the RealGrade RX-78-2 will look pretty impressive. So that's something there. Now, Spectre M91 also asked where can one pre-order the kit. Unfortunately, all the stores that I normally go to online have discontinued or closed their pre-order option, just because I think their pre-order limit has been met, and it's been met a while ago for some places. Places like Hobby Link Japan, for example, closed their pre-orders quite some time ago. So I don't know of any stores that are still offering a pre-order option, but if I do find one out, then I'll definitely send you a message. I'll send you a private message, Spectre M91. What else is there? TC012009 wondered if it would come with water slide decals. I think it might. I do recall seeing one of the decal sheets in a previous news post, some photographs of it that showed oddly colored decal sheets. They weren't quite the green that would be normally for just stickers or marking seals. They weren't the normal type of blue that is normally associated with water slide decals. And they weren't a clear backing either that you usually see with dry transfer. So I'm not sure exactly what kind of decals come with a kit. But regardless, I think it'll be pretty good. We will at least get a sheet or two with a wide assortment of markings. Now, how good they will be, who knows? We'll find that out once the model comes out. Let's see. Well, VIT ZRSX did comment. He says, he's not too excited about the RealGrade. I mean, in terms of its price, its value is close to a discounted 1 year more master grade. It's small because it's a 1:144 scale. Durability is questionable, and you know what? I just have to say, the money, first of all, the price, it's really going towards the quality of the product, the level of engineering in this product for us. So I think that's really what the price is about. Bandai has been getting some flack lately for increasing model kit prices, but I do have to say, I do believe that the RealGrade, if it is what it says it is, it's definitely worth the 2,500 yen that's charging, or that's priced at. And you know what, to be honest, if it's as good as I think it might be, 2,500 yen is a steal for that kind of engineering and design in a 1:144 scale model kit. So what else is there? Gomen Chai I don't know how to pronounce her username, but we all know her as Kibo. She mentioned that hopefully there will be 2 shades of gray like in the promo picture. I don't know if there is. In the photos of the straight build of the RealGrade model kit, it does look like it has 2 shades of gray, but that just might be cast shadows. So I don't know, maybe. In some, like, I do recall seeing a straight build photo of the RealGrade, and it did look like it did have 2 shades of gray, but again, we'll find out soon enough. What else is there? That's pretty much all the comments that I saw that I felt that I should address in this video. Again, just I wanted to, I guess it's easier for me to express my thoughts through this way rather than go with the comment section, which has a fairly small limit for the text count. But aside from that, I found some new photos at Nikon's blog, some really great details. For example, the cross or the star for the shield, very well molded, sharply detailed, just excellent sculpting, molding work. And some information about the construction and ability of the foot for articulation. It can bend like the master grade, or similar to the master grade, so very nice. Some more inner frame details there. The assembled leg and its ability to bend. So just some really interesting information. So yeah, once again, Just some more of my thoughts on the RealGrade. Just all day today. I've been pretty excited about it ever since my first video there I posted earlier. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.